Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Fishing with Big D. We're out here on the river once again. We're going to be doing some more carp fishing. As you can see, water's starting to get back up, back to its restored levels. Was way down past the rocks here, very low these last few times I've stopped by. Today we're going to be trying a different carp bait. I had a fellow reach out to me off of my last video, and he told me that I needed to try some of the sweet Hawaiian rolls for my pack bait. Got like 2 hours. I'm going to challenge myself, see if we could catch maybe 3 or 4 carp. I'm hoping that's the case today. One problem is the water's up, so them carp are a lot more spread out than usual. Hadn't really noticed anything yet swimming around. That's usually a key indicator for me. I'll usually walk up and down the banks until I can see a couple of them and get a general idea where they're hanging out. So we're not going to be able to rely on our sight fishing today, so it's going to be a little bit different. Alright guys, so I got my long net with me. I'm going to stick this right here so it's ready to go. We'll go ahead and get it wet. I've got both my Cat Daddy rods with my Shimano 4000 series reels I've been testing out. Those reels have done amazing. Today we'll try to keep the carp in the water the whole time. Had some people that were a little upset on how we handled the fish. You know, it's kind of like the trout. When you're fishing for trout, you want to keep your hands wet and minimize touching the fish. So we're going to try that approach today best as we can. We're still out here just to have some fun. You know, lots of people do it different ways. That's their opinion, and what's, you know, how they want to do it their way. It's totally fine. And, you know, we'll just go on with it like that. Try to appease a few of the people out there. All right, let me show you my pack bait, guys. Now, you guys have seen me fish before with pack bait. I love to do my own bread pack bait. Well, off of that last video that I made, I had a person reach out to me in my messenger and was telling me that he loves to do pack baits with bread as well, just like me. And he said that, let me give you a secret. He goes, take the Hawaiian rolls, the sweet Hawaiian rolls that you get in the bread section. They are awesome for spaghetti dinners and stuff. He says, dude, they're like a secret carp bait. He uses it all the time. He says they love it. He goes, it works better than bread. So that's what I've done. I went and I got some of them sweet Hawaiian rolls at the local bread store, close dated. Got them for like $1 a pack. You can't beat that. I got one whole pack in here. I think it's 24 rolls. Also, I put a little bit of breadcrumbs to kind of drying it up a little bit so I get a little bit better consistency. Once again, we're going to be using corn. Except this time we're not going to use the pink corn, we're going to use the normal corn. We have not dyed it, and we have not added any sweeteners. We have straight up corn, sweet whole kernel corn, and Hawaiian sweet rolls for our pack bait today, guys. We're going to test this theory out and see how we do. So we have about 2.5 hours to fish, and we're going to see just how well we can do in those 2.5 hours. Very first order of business, now that I'm here, I'm set up, got my rod holders in the ground, got both my rods ready to go. I'm going to take a couple of handfuls of this corn, and I'm going to chum the water that I'm going to be fishing. Now it's going to start drawing some fish in, and I'm hoping that we draw some carp in. I will have to be careful. There's some really big rocks in this part of the river that I'm fishing today. Alright, that ought to do pretty good. I still got about a half a bag. Let me do one more handful. Since the water's up a little bit more, they're going to be spread out just a little bit further. Alright, let me rinse my hands so I don't get my fishing pole all sticky. Alright, so we're going to be using the same method as last time, and that's these Amazon method leads. These things are amazing. If you didn't watch the last video, I showed you how to thread that onto your line. I've got Eagle Claw, I think it's a size 4 or a 6 circle hook, and I've got that rubber plastic corn. Those are a lifesaver. I keep that corn up on the upper end of the shank so that that hook is exposed real good. We don't want interference when we're trying to get that hook into the lip. All right, so what I'm going to do first, if you guys can see this or not, but well, I'm going to stick this in the rod holder. Do it like that so we got our hands free. There we go. I'm going to take that bait like so. I'm going to take that pack bait bread. I'm going to pack it down in that lid. I'm going to take my hook. I'm just going to bury it down in that bread, stick some bread on top of it, pack it one more good time so I got a big ball like that. All right, now that we've got that, oops, dropped a bunch. We'll definitely have minnows up here at our feet feeding, and we're just going to cast that out. All right, so I'm on the back side of that big rock. Give that a second or two to sink down, and I'm going to tighten my line. I'm going to make sure that my drag is loose. We do not want that fishing pole to take off. Them carp can muscle these bad boys and pull your pole off, and then you're going to have a bad day. Hate to lose a pole. That'd be awful. Right, we'll check our drag on this one, loosen it a little bit, because we do not want something to run off with our fishing pole. Now I've sank these rod holders deep down in this gravel bed we got here and packed them down with my shoe to help out. Once again, we're going to pack this bread down like so into that method lid, good and tight. Now if you're having trouble with consistency, you can add some liquid to it. I just prefer that you add just small amounts on the side, otherwise it's gonna make a mess for you. All right, got this one ready to go. All right, we're gonna chuck this one out this way. Fishing about 30-40 feet away from us out there. Tighten that line up. Take my pack bait, move it back here out the way with my corn. All right, guys, I think we're all ready. So we're all set up, good to go. Now you just find you a comfortable rock to set on, and we wait. This pole just had a really hard hit. I don't know if something swam through the line or picked up that hook, but it didn't set. But that line took a real hard thump. That pole, boom. One good hard hit. We've only been here about 10 minutes. All right, guys, I rebaited. I'm back out there, and this pole is, something's been picking at it. You could see a lot of the little fish are out there picking away at that bread. But I've had 2 good thumps on this one, as you can see. Something big enough to move that weight. All right, guys. Oh, I about totally missed this one myself. Man, that rod was laying down to the water just about. Grab my net. I believe this is a carp. Pretty sure. Now I'm gonna come out here in the water so we can try and handle this one a little better. Yep, it's a carp. Gotta keep an eye on that second pole. Something was toying with it as well. No, 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 keep me out of that tree. Ah. Come on, keep me out of that tree. Man, look at that rod. Carp fishing is a lot of fun, guys. I know people say they're a trash fish. I don't think that at all. It's fun. Fun to catch a big old carp like this. Oh, come on, stay out of that other line, please. Woo. Nice one. All right, see if we can get him in our net. Oh, he did not like that net. Not at all. Oh. There we go. All right, I'm gonna walk over here just for a second to grab my pliers. We'll stick our pole back in our rod holder. Go ahead and we'll take that hook out. There we go. A lot better release than the day before. We're gonna go back out in the water. We don't want to hurt the carp at all. Slide my gloves because these boogers are super slimy. Look at that, guys. That's a big old common carp right there. If I had to guess, he's about 7 or 8 pounds. Now we're going to put him in the water and set him loose. There he goes, swimming off. We hardly handled him at all. Another good release, safe release. All right, guys, that was fun. Carp are starting to make their way over this way, so we're going to rebait this pole up, get it back out there. Rig did good, our corn's still good. We got one that's halfway up the bank here, picking off some of that corn I tossed to these little fish. I've seen 2 or 3 more circling around out there. He might actually be heading right over to where I just casted. We'll keep an eye on that one. Let's go ahead and rebait this one. It's got a lot of action going on over there, but I haven't seen that line take off yet. Hooked up. decent common carp. Another nice one. Right here took a pretty good thump, but something scurrying around down there just didn't get our fake corn yet. Goes another one. Another one take off. Oh, look at that. It's got a bass or something following him. Big bass. Look at that. That's crazy. Another common carp. Alright. Number 2. Or number 3. Alright guys, we made it back to the car. we're going to call it quits now. It is super hot, very hot out there. I fished for maybe 2 to 3 hours. I'm not going to complain. It is a very hot day. That water is super slow moving and very, very shallow. It's just dog days of summer, I guess you'd say, guys. You get back into the later days of August, and then you start getting to early September. It's cool in the mornings, but man, about 9, 10 a.m. you're hitting 70, 80 degrees. Just really, really hot. So I'm calling it quits. We're gonna head home and enjoy that AC. Get us something cold to drink. I'll catch you guys out on the water next time. Stay tuned for the next video.